Obviously, nothing good can come from getting us out of this and into a better life.
I've worked with Brian a lot before, and I've seen Brian go to dark places and do intense things, but nothing like this, nothing like this. He was completely transformed in that post-process, and I think in many ways, he was a great support to myself, and he was a great support to the cast and the crew on the set. And I think when it came time for the score, that was his. That was his time to own that.
There's no relief from tension in Infini, in the soundtrack. It's relentless. It just stays present through every single scene. The score is very tonal. It's reacting off the tones, not just the drama. There are no walls in the studio. It's black. There are 2 screens. There's a keyboard. There are instruments everywhere, and you're reaching out and you're just expressing what everybody's feeling.
And then I remember Brian just disappeared for about a week, and then just sort of came out of the cave and said, I think I've got the theme for Infini. You know, it's a simple theme, but I don't think I've heard it before. I think it works. And he played it to me over the phone, and I knew as soon as I heard it, I was like, wow, you've done it. I feel like even the music's a little bit infected, a little bit sick in this film. There's something about it which kind of, you know, I'm really proud of what he did on this. I think it's an amazing score. Sound design was always going to be a massive undertaking, and sound's something that I really value a lot in the experience. I really do always believe it's 50% of the experience. And when we're on set, even back at script stage, I'm relying on sound for certain things, like the West Coast attack. It's one room, it's one set. So we had to know that there was enough sound elements there to create this idea that there was a big war happening outside, that all hell was breaking loose outside of this room.
As I was seeing rushes, more and more rushes of the film, I just see the film was just becoming bigger and bigger. This is just not going to be an average science fiction film. This is going to be something that's, you know, look great, and we have to then make sure that it sounds great as well. When we started, we tried to keep as far away from the library as we possibly could.
We didn't kind of want to have that cleanliness of current sound sort of scape. So we've gone back again to that late 70s, early 80s sound design and looked at like how did the Foley sound, a little bit scratchy, it had a little bit of, there's a lot of warts, you know, and all inside the sound design of the film. And we wanted that. We wanted to have, you know, a little bit to hiss and little things that don't quite work and a little bit of scratchy dialogue. And
the big door just before the beat comes in, that was just a fun job, because as I was starting to create the effects, and I said, okay, this is open, then it feels like doors opening more and more and more, and I just kept adding, and it felt like door opening just went forever.